Great. Yup. Okay. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Have you been? How did your week go? Please tell me where you are watching. Thank you. Mobola01 is watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Hi, Mobola. Thank you for joining. Let me pin today's title. How to stop. Okay, Duchu09 is watching from Lagos. Good. Who else? Please tell me where you're watching from. YouTube, how are you? How you doing? Please let me know where you're watching from. I always like to know where my audience is watching from. Please. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Tonight I want to talk about how to stop running around in circles. Hi. Oh, Damilola on Nos Apple. Thank you for joining. Am I properly positioned on YouTube, Damilola, so that I can adjust? Hi, Rita John 47. Thank you for joining. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Let me know. Hi, Damaris Rainmaker on YouTube says glory. Hallelujah. I guess. Where are you watching from? Oh, great, Damilola. Thank you so much. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about how to stop running in circles. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake. How to stop running in circles and build workable strategies. I pinned the wrong stuff. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Yeah, I think I got the title right now. Yeah, done. Okay, so tonight I'm talking about how to stop running around in circles and build workable strategies. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, have you pre-ordered my book, How Becoming a Powerhouse? Have you pre-ordered Becoming a Powerhouse? Pre-order it now, because we have how many more days? Today is 22nd. It's today's 22nd or 23rd. Today's 22nd. So we have 9 plus 2, that's 13 more days. 13 more days to the release of the book Becoming a Powerhouse. Yes, 13 more days. And from June 2nd, it will go to 30,000 naira or $20. Right now it is $15 or 20,000 naira. Thank you. Hi Cecilia. Damaris is watching from London. Thank you for joining me, on YouTube. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you for joining me. So how many people have bought Becoming a Powerhouse? If you are following me, you are truly following me, and I have been of help to you. I've contributed to your life one way or the other, and till now you have not bought my book. It is wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. Go and pre-order the book. And I'm not just saying that because I wanted to buy it. I am saying that because it will help you. Trust me, it will help you. I wrote it for 3 categories of people. One, the people that are confused. They don't even know how to start. They don't know where to start from. They don't know. They have issues with their mindset. They have a lot of issues getting up and starting anything in life. I wrote it for you. Secondly, I wrote it for people who they know what they want to do, but they don't know how to start, or maybe you want to transition from paid employment to entrepreneuring to coaching to something else, or you want to switch from one career to another. I wrote that book for you. And then the third category of people I wrote that book for is if you are someone who is already running a business, you're already an entrepreneur, you're already a coach or whatever, you're running a business and you want to scale higher, you're already making money, but it just seems as if you are stuck on one spot, you want to scale. I wrote it for you. Cecilia says she's okay. Cecilia is watching from Namibia on YouTube. Thank you, Cecilia, for watching. You said if you order it now, when do you get it? You get it when it's out. Trust me. It's going to be out first by June 2nd. So before we dispatch, it depends. If you order from Amazon, Amazon would not take more than probably a week. But if you want us to ship it from Nigeria, it might also be same time frame, so a week. You get. So please pre-order the book. You would not regret it. Thank you, King J, for joining. Good evening, darling. So tonight I want to talk about how to stop running in circles and to build workable strategies. I've been talking about mind shift, I've been talking about strategies, I've been talking about systems for a while now. So tonight I want to further buttress on it. Yesterday I was on a live video. I've done a lot of live videos this week. That's why I kind of seem tired. I won't even lie to you. But because today is my Thursday, is my regular time I come live, so I don't disappoint you guys. So you guys know what's the price for the hard copy. It's the same price. It's 30,000 naira or $15 now. Is 20,000 naira, sorry, 20,000 naira or $15. From June 2nd, which is in 11 days, it goes to 30,000 naira or $20. So let's go straight, to how do you know that you're running around in cycles? Yes, you're welcome, Momo Oniveno. You're welcome. How do you know that you're running around in circles? Number one reason to know, or number one way to know that you're running around in circles, is that you have been repeating the same actions with no progress. You have been repeating the same actions with no progress. This used to be my story. I keep doing the same thing, but I'm not moving forward. I create a course, maybe 1, 2, 3 people buy, and that's it. I do a lot of ads. I do a lot of, marketing, and that's it. Or sometimes I do a physical program or a program, and only a fraction of people show up, and I'm not exactly happy. I'm not scaling. I'm not progressing. I just keep getting the same results over and over, and it can be very frustrating, very, very, very frustrating. So if this is you, it's because you are running around in circles and you need to build strategies that work. So a lot of people repeat the same actions and there's no progress. You are repeating the same thing all the time. Sometimes what you need is a mind shift. Sometimes you need to build a proper strategy. Number 2 way to know that you have been running around in circles is you constantly have the need to start over. You're always starting over. This was my story for a long time. You guys know. I was always, if I do this today, I will just, because it's not progressing, it's not scaling, it's not transforming. So I will just shut it down, then start over again. Okay, let's start this one again. I have done this business, let me start again. I have done this course, let me start again. This career, if you are constantly starting over, you are running around in cycles. Because if you are constantly starting something over, you're not building. I remember a coach I had years ago. I think it was 2016. Yes, I had him 2016 to 2017. He was helping with my coaching, making money, coaching business, building structure for my coaching business at the time. And I remember him telling me then that, Lara, you look like somebody that is throwing mud. You're trying to build a house or something, or but you are throwing mud in different places. I can never forget it, because the thing jolted me like, what? Wow. Because you do this today, you do another one tomorrow, you do another one. There's no progression. You understand? There's no systemization. There's no follow up. You know, you just do different things at this, at different times. So he was like, you are throwing mud in different directions. You're not building anything. You're supposed to be throwing mud in one place. Throw mud in one spot. Keep throwing mud in one spot, Before you know it, you're going to build something. But if you are throwing mud in different places, meaning that today you are, what would I call it now? You are doing coaching for sexual abuse. Next week, you are doing Ankara and lace. It's for sale. Next week, you are not building anything. You're not. You're throwing mud in different places. So sometimes if you keep starting over, like I have to start over, I have to start afresh, keep starting afresh. Sometimes you have to start afresh. But if starting afresh is constant, every year you are starting afresh. New year, new me. Every quarter you are starting afresh. Every business you are starting afresh. Something is wrong. You are running around. I've been now, Jennifer, King J, you are running around in circles. That's what it means. Number 3 reason to know, or number 3 way to know that you are running around in circles, but you are not building strategy is, Cecilia is laughing, is if you are constantly busy and unproductive. You are constantly busy. If we are looking for busy bees, somebody actually called me that yesterday. Oh my goodness, why? Because when he calls me, I'm always busy. I'll be like, I'll call you back, or I'll send him a message, or I'm on a session. But eventually he was like, no, this is becoming something else. What's going on? I'm not going to call you again if you don't call me back. So thankfully I had time between my 2 sessions, so I had like 5 minutes break or 7 minutes. I quickly called him. He's like, Madam Busy Bee, how are you? So but I'm grateful because my busyness is productive, is going forward. But sometimes you are always busy. If you are always busy and you are not productive, nothing new is happening, you're not progressing, then there's a problem. You're running around in circles. I tell people that, one of the characteristics that I think God gave me, and I think everybody should have, is to constantly do a check-in. Some people will wait till 1 year. Some people will wait till 2 months, 2 years. Some people will wait. I don't do that. I constantly check in on my life every week, my business every week. You need to do a check-in. If you leave things to just go, I keep telling you guys this, a lot of people leave things like that and let's see how it goes. You go with the flow. You cannot live life like that. You are living life unintentionally. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You cannot continue to live your life to chance. Like, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Says who? Who says so? What will be will be. It's not true. It's not true. You are the one that is letting what you are the one that is letting what you be, what is not supposed to be. Why? Because you are not putting action. You're not checking. So that's how I am in my work. My staff members know me. I'm constantly doing it. Like, what's going on with content? I'm checking every day, sir. You understand? Sometimes, some days I'm checking customer service. What's going on? How far? I'm checking with my even coaching clients or my clients. I'm checking. Digital market. I'm checking my work because you have to do a check-in. You cannot just be busy and you are not productive. What is the point? I remember seeing one of my colleagues, she's also a coach, a business coach, and I remember we're friends, and I saw her at an event last year, and we were discussing, this is what we do, if you are friends now, coaches, like, how far now? You'll be, Lara, you are doing, I'm like, you too, I see what you are doing now, what, and then she was telling me about how a digital marketer swindled her of 1 million naira. I was so empathetic, like, oh really? Yeah, what happened? She said, oh, it was, I think she contracted him or contract and wanted him to run ads and all of those things, And and so I was like, so when did you know? She said, after 1 month now. I was in shock. You give somebody 1 million naira and you leave the person to check in after 1 month. No. I remember I was like, I'm so sorry. I sympathize with you. I empathize with you, but don't ever do that again. 1 month. Don't they have weekly reports? Don't they have daily reports? My staff members have daily reports. So I don't have to be in the dark about anything. You get what I mean? So if you are constantly busy, but you are unproductive, I cannot imagine having a digital marketer that's supposed to do something for me and I won't check in on the person until 1 month after. Are you joking? You are not putting enough energy, passion, and time in your business or your life or your work. So it's not going to translate. Some people do that. You give artisans money to do stuff for you. You don't check in. You don't, I'm not saying always micromanage, but you just need to do a check-in weekly, at least minimum. So if you are busy and unproductive, trust me, you are running around in circles, and it's time for you to build workable and sustainable strategies. And some of the signs also is that you have anxiety. You're always anxious. You're always anxious about your work, about your business, about your life, because if you are not certain of what you're building, you're not seeing results, you're going to be anxious. What's going to happen? What's happening today? What are we going to get today? I can never be in that kind of state. So if you are anxious, you're always doubting yourself. There's always self-doubt. You're always doubting yourself. Can I really do this properly? Can I do this well? Then you are running around these cycles. If you are constantly burnt out, those are the signs. You are constantly burnt out. You are tired all the time. Because yes, you can be tired once in a while. It's normal. But do not be firewood. We are all humans. But you are not supposed to be constantly tired. You're not supposed to be constantly burnt out. You can be burnt out once in a quarter, once in 6 months. But if every month you are burnt out, then you are doing something wrong. I don't care how much money you are making. And it's not even about money right now. You are doing something wrong. You need a strategy. And I've shared this so many times that there was a time, I think it was about 2 years ago, that I had a upsurge of clients. Yes, it was 2 years ago. Upsurge. And man, I was overwhelmed. Oh my God. Money was not the problem. Money was coming in droves, dollars. A lot of them were paying in dollars. You understand? Naira, good money. But I was constantly on sessions. I'm telling you, it was pretty over. I was constantly doing sessions Monday to Sunday. No break. I remember one popular influencer booked a session. Of course, how I didn't even know it was my customer service that was in charge. And they told me, the person said she wanted a session on that day, that there's an emergency, she doesn't even mind paying a lot of money, like she needs to talk to me. And I'm like, I'm tired. We don't do same day session, never. You have to take 24 hours minimum. Normally it's 48, 72 hours before you get a date. But sometimes you can get 24 hours if I'm less busy. But a day session, like about 2-3 hours, I'm like, no, of course. Why are you asking me? It's not possible. She was like, coach, this person, she even sent a voice note to the customer service line. I heard the voice note. The person is like, if I die, my blood is on her neck. I'm like, oh my God. Of course I took this session. But my point here is that was when I knew that no, this cannot work. I can't continue my life like this. I'm not going to have a balanced life. I'm going to be making money, but hate my life. That's not what your life is supposed to be. If you're an entrepreneur, that is, you are doing everything wrong. If this is you, because you are making money, you are now, over committed, no, never. Right now at LKI, we have 3 coaches apart from me. All of us now are 4. We have 3 coaches right now. So it was since then that I'm like, no, this is not sustainable. This is not working. I can't do this. So I had to get new coaches so that they can, we can share the clients. And then some people will say, oh, my clients they won't want another person. Then your clients don't want you to grow. Your clients don't want you to grow. And, it's only me they want. What we did, how I was able to get, because, I remember even some of my staff members then expressed fear. Coach, we're going to lose a lot of clients. What if they don't want this other coach? What if I said, well, that means they're not supposed to be with us. The clients are not supposed to be with us if they don't want these other coaches. So one of the ways that we used to help was that I now broke it such that we made the price my own price. If you want to do book a session with me or do healing school or any of those programs with me personally, is a lot more expensive than with the other coaches. So some people will just take it's not that deep. But some people will still insist that it has to be Coach Lara. It's not. Then if you can pay the money, it's fine. So if you're always burnt out, you are just, it's not right. It's not right. If you're also comparing yourself every time with other people, it's not right. You need to start building a workable strategy. Sometimes some people will say, which is one of the things I said earlier, that some people will say, give it time. Sometimes what you need is not time. You have given it enough time. It has not worked still. What you need is clarity. What you need is clarity. A lot of people are not clear. Just like, we don't even know what to say anymore. We don't even know. You are not clear. A lot of people are not, like I said, if you don't do check-ins in your business, in your career, in your work. I was discussing with one of my staff yesterday, and he was telling me about a woman that was on a spot in a bank for over 10 years and she was not promoted. I was like, what? How? I can never understand it in my life. I can't. How do people do that? You're supposed to be promoted every 2 years, but you were not promoted. First year, maybe oversight, maybe performance. Second 2 years, okay, maybe God will do it. Third 2 years, that's the 6th year, man. I can't even wait till 6th year. I was like, what? And I remember that's one of the reasons why I left the bank. I worked in the bank years ago. I really wanted to work in the bank. I wanted to switch my department to what I really loved. They were not allowing me, and I wanted to grow. I had gotten more certifications. They still did not allow me. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this here. There's no pathway for me to grow here. And guess what I did, ladies and gentlemen? I resigned. I remember all my colleagues then, they were like, what? This is job security. How do you just leave a job like this? You don't know. What do you want to do out? What will you get out there? I'm like, I cannot. If this is how you people want to end your life, this is not my path. And I left. And do you know the funniest thing? Well, maybe it's not funny. One of the most, the terrible things that happened was that after I left, that was when they did the 2000, I need to find the name of that thing. That 2008 merger, bank merger. We called it the tsunami then in the bank. And they retrenched a lot of them. They sacked a lot of them. I'd already go. Why? Because you are not, if you don't move when you are supposed to move, you will be moved involuntarily to a place that you don't even like. So that's why you have to prepare. You have to check. Is it time? What am I doing wrongly? That's why I always say get clarity. Sometimes it's not time, that you need. You just need clarity. So why are you lacking? King J said, wow, that's it. My sister, it was so sad. I remember some of them calling me then that, wow, it's as if you knew. I did not know what was going to happen. I was not psychic. I didn't know what was going to happen. But I just knew that my life is not progressing here. And that's how I am in every aspect. I say expert. In every aspect of my life, in marriage, in relationship. That's why I always also say that I don't know how people stay in unhappy marriages. You get. I'm not saying leave your marriage when it's happening. You're unhappy. No. I'm saying go and get help. I'm saying, speak with the other person. Both of you work at it. That, this is not right. We're not supposed to be like this. This is not working well. That's how I am. Me and my husband, he knows. If it is not working, I'm noticing that this is not right. Things I'm feeling, or some things are happening. We need to do a monthly or weekly audit fast. We need to. So you cannot just say, it is well. Christians now, we are the ones that say the most. It is well, but we're not doing anything. You are saying it is well, but you're not doing anything. So lack of clarity can cause you to keep running around in circles. Another reason for running around in circles is that you've not clearly defined the outcome that you want. I did a session today, and the person was telling me, I was asking him, what do you want to, no, he was saying, coach, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go into this industry, then after a while I'd like to go into this industry. And I'm like, where do you see yourself in 10 years or 20? That is where we start from. We always say it in coaching. You start with the end in mind. You don't just go with the flow. Where do you see yourself in 20 years? Where do you see this thing that you are doing, this business that you are doing? The reason why a lot of people have not gone far, they've not been able to scale, they've not been able to progress, they're not productive, is that you don't have outcomes. You don't have the end in mind. You are just doing it for doing sake. If this is you, you're going to be stuck. You're going to keep running around in cycles. What is the outcome that you want? If you have been following me at least from January, this is what I've always told you guys. Be specific. Good night. My son is so funny. Be specific about what you want. What is the outcome that you want from this, business, from this career, from this industry? That is when you can actually be clear. By the time you can define your outcome in 10 years, then in 10 years, for instance, if I am, let me give an example, in 10 years, I want to be selling houses. I want to be building, malls and be flipping them. I want to be, you get, if this is where I see myself, then I can now do reverse engineering. We can also call it future pacing. You pace yourself for future. In hypnotherapy or hypnosis, you pace yourself for the future. Where do I see myself in 10 years? That is how. If you can define the outcome, then you'll be clear. If you can define where you see yourself in 10 years, then you can now start saying, okay, so if I want to see myself in 10 years, if I want to be here in 10 years time, what do I need to start doing now? What do I need to stop doing? People who attended my masterclass, and we're bringing it back soon. 10x is easier than 2x. That's one of the things I told them. If you want to grow your income, you want to grow your business, in 10 years, I want to be earning, let's say, 10 million naira every month. That's 10 years time. By now, I need to start working towards that. I need to. So when the guy was telling me today that, I want to do this industry, I'd like to take this program, I'd like to take, I was like, you're doing it wrongly. What do you see yourself? He was like, 10 years. But when we were able to, just today, we were able to describe the 10 years, then we were able to backtrack to now. So what is the outcome that you want? Another reason why you're running around these circles is because your goals are vague. Your goals are vague. They're not definitive. They are unrealistic. I want to earn 10 billion. If I ask you, how much money do you want now? 10 billion. No, what God cannot do does not exist. In the name of Jesus. That's not a strategy. Your goals are vague. And they are unrealistic. So you are chasing what you cannot have right now. You are chasing what is unrealistic. That is going to cause you, to be running up and down, because you're going to be doing different things, because what you are chasing is unrealistic. It's unrealistic. How much money do you want to make? Coach, I want to make more money. Is that specific? No, it's vague. Or sometimes your goals are externally influenced. Those are not your goals. 10 billion straight up. Nice one. Those are not your goals a lot of times. They are externally influenced. They are not from inside of you. I always ask people, when they say, I want to do this, I want to do this. In fact, another session I did weeks ago, the person was saying, I have 2 masters. And I'm like, I have 2, I think MBAs, 1 MBA and 1 MSc. And I'm like, why? Why do you have them? What are you doing with them? He said, Coach, I'm not doing anything. Nothing. I just got them. And I'm like, why? He said, I just thought it's not a bad thing to have a master's degree. And by the time we prodded further, I realized that, I did it because nobody in my family ever had a master's degree. Can you see that? And I'm like, I want to be the first to have a master's degree in my family. So that is why you have it. That's the goal. And then you're now wondering, I've done it, I'm not using it for anything. So you do another one. It's externally influenced. It's not really your dream. It's not really your goal. So what are your goals? Are they externally or internally influenced? Why do you want to marry? All my mates are married, Coach Lara. What are you saying? All my mates are married. It's only me. Is that enough reason? Why do you want to start selling gold now? Gold is in town. Coach, gold is what people are asking for. If people are, that's gold, is gold though. Before you know it, you will lose it. Why are you doing crypto? Why are you doing forex? Why are you doing CBEX? That's the way now. That's the way now. That's externally motivated. You're not going to go far that way. So that's the reason, some of the reasons, why you're running around the circle. Yes, so gold is in town. By the way, gold is a good investment right now. But you shouldn't do it because everybody's doing it. No, do it because you are internally convinced. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the person that told me today that he wants to go into what do you say, health, yes, the health industry. Good. Hi Esther, thank you for joining us on YouTube. So, and I'm like, why? What's your motivation for being in the health industry? Coach, it's health. This is America. It's health that is selling. That's such a vague reason to do anything. Such a vague reason. So you need to ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing? You get, what is it externally, motivated? Is it internally? Is this thing from the inside of my inside? Is this what I really want on the long run? Because whenever you do anything that is externally influenced or motivated, you burn out. You get tired. I think I've shared it before where I said there was a time that my senior colleague was saying this, in every industry there are top people. In coaching there are top people. In maybe events planning there are top people. Maybe pioneers. You get leaders that pioneered the industry. So that my senior colleague was saying, this is our top leader, this is our leader, he's supposed to be doing this, supposed by now. And I'm like, what if that's not his dream? Don't just project things on people. What if that's not his dream? If it's your own dream, uncle, go and do it. What if that's not his dream? So, because if you go and do something because this is what you are supposed to be doing, you won't have passion for it. You will lose zeal. If there are any obstacles, it will be easy for you to quit. It will be so easy for you to quit. But if you are doing something because you have an internal motivation, you're doing something because you really have passion for it, no matter the obstacle, you are going to, keep surmounting it. You keep looking for ways to overcome. And I was giving the person an example today. I said, look at me, look at what I'm doing. This is my 13th year of doing this job. I keep evolving. I keep finding new ways. I keep, bringing new style. Why? Because I love it. I am passionate about it. Esther on YouTube says, I think that's where I'm struggling with presently. I'm struggling to find a difference from if it's really for financial freedom or because I really want to do it, but I still don't know what it is that I really want to do, plus the financial freedom, but also I think it keeps cutting. So there's nothing wrong if you are doing something temporarily. You have a goal. In 20 years, my goal is that I want to be an event planner. I want to be a top event planner. I'm just using that as an example. But right now, event planning is not paying. I can take a job in healthcare and say, let me be getting salary, let me be getting income, and then gradually by the side I'm building my event planning business. There's nothing wrong in that. You know that whatever you are doing now is temporary. You know the goal is to raise money for your passion. Then by all means do it, Esther, if this is it. I pray this answers your question. If this is the reason, like right now, my goal is that I want to start selling, stuff. I want to start going to China, buying great things and coming back to sell. But right now, I don't have the funds. So because I don't have the funds, I am in an employment, a paid employment right now, because I'm trying to raise funds to be able to do that. That is okay. By all means, that's very much okay. You have a goal, you understand, which will help you focus properly. Great, she said, very much, man, that was for me. You are welcome. So you already have a goal that, I'm here, and you need to have time limit. I will be here for 5 years. That's what I help my clients do in our powerhouse sessions. I have powerhouse sessions for people in the powerhouse gold, one-on-one sessions, people on the platinum, and that's what I help them to do. That's what I help them get. Some of them want to transition from employment to business. So we give them, we create a timeline, probably 3 years, 4 years, some people 2 years. So you need to start building that business from now, such that in 2-3 years time, you can be out of your paid employment and come here full time. There's nothing wrong with that. So you are doing your job now for the money. In fact, the motivation will come, the energy, the passion, because you are doing it for the money. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. You understand? So how do you build workable strategies? Number one, build with vision. Esther says, is it okay to take a loan to invest in myself by taking up a skill that I want to learn? So there's nothing wrong. Yes, thank you, Dami. Dami is already telling us Powerhouse Gold, Powerhouse Mastermind, and Powerhouse Platinum. Yes, those are our products right now. Thank you, Dami. So there's nothing wrong. In fact, I remember somebody telling me last month that, coach, this Powerhouse Gold session that I'm on, I maxed out my credit card. I remember that's what she told me, because I need to learn this thing you're teaching so that I can be able to transform my life and my business. So that's a loan, maxing out your credit card. Last year too, I remember too, somebody told me, in fact, she showed me all the documents. Coach, I had to get a loan to be able to do this course. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you know that you can pay it back, Esther. So there's nothing wrong in taking a loan to invest in yourself. If you do that, it shows that you are passionate and you are ready. Because some people will not even do anything. They'll just be there. I cannot. We don't used to borrow in our family. Yes, so powerhouse business. My people are up and running today. Yes, so there are different powerhouse, because right now the focus is to raise powerhouses. So because in light of this, we have different powerhouse programs. There's the mastermind, which is the group sessions. We meet once every month. There's the gold, which is the 1 year. It's a one-on-one session with me for 1 year. We meet twice a month. That's the powerhouse gold. There's the platinum. Yes, that one I take care. I'm in charge of your business. You understand? So I monitor, I supervise your business. We draw up strategies. We even introduce staff to you and all of those things. That's the powerhouse platinum. Then the powerhouse business is, we come and consult. We are consultants for you on your business for a period of time. So I'm explaining to you because my people are typing it out on YouTube and Instagram. You get? So what is your vision? You have to build with a vision in mind. What is your vision? So I was telling the person today that these different things you want to do. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? What do you want to help people achieve? What do you really love? What do you really love? And by the time he mentioned like 3 things. There was one that his face just lights up. I was like, this is it. He was like, Hara, I like, man, if I do this, I help people. I'm like, this is it. Cecilia says on YouTube, I'm currently in the cosmetics business. I sell things like perfumes. The money I get there, I use it to fund my school because my dream is to become a legal project manager. Nice one, Cecilia. Good strategy. So when you are building, so Cecilia already has a vision in mind. What's your vision? You are building with a vision in mind. You know, we're not just cruising or going with the vibe, going with the flow. That used to disturb my brain. How do people do that? They're just going with the flow. Let's see where life takes us. You'll be frustrated. You see, depression will be your friend often. You will be depressed a lot. You know, so where do you want to go? Those are the questions to ask yourself. Where do you want to go? In 10 years, in 5 years, in 20 years? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go in life? What do you want to do? What do you want to help people achieve? What do you want to make a name for? What do you want to be remembered for? Where do you want to make a name or a mark? You know, that's one of the things to ask yourself. And also define success in clear, measurable, and personal terms. Define success. What is success to you? Oh, she's successful. Success is relative. Success could be, you know, I remember one of my clients that told me that, Coach, me, I want to help people. I'm ready. I have money. I don't need their money. She said it. She said, I just want to help young women. I want to help young women. I want to help women. I want to talk to them. I want to inspire them. I want to support them financially if I can. You know, so that is success to her. Success to someone else could be, oh, I want to be making 200 million naira a year. You understand? $100,000 a year. $1 million a year. That could be somebody's success. So define what your own success is. Some people's success is that I want to make people smile. I want to invest in, you know, people, 20 people a year, you know, fund people's businesses, fund children's school fees, fund. That is success to somebody else. What is success to you? Somebody told me last week, she's an events planner. I said, what is success to you? She said, oh my goodness, Coach, I just want to help plan people's events. I want to take, if you see the way she was smiling saying it, God, see, I love the strategy sessions I do. You can see the light in people's eyes. Gosh, like she said, you know, when I take problem or stress off people at an event, when I was just looking at her like this, because me, I'm like, event, I can't even plan events for a living. I don't like parties. But you could hear somebody talk about planning a party as if that's sliced bread, as if that's her husband. I am impressed by it. When I see how people, I'm impressed by how passionate people are. I love passionate people. I love it so much. You could see she was describing it to me like, when an event is done and I see the clients, you know, happy, I see people eating, no stress, the lines are, you know, I was like, that is success to her. What is success to you? You have to define it, you know. And I've said this before, write the end from the beginning. If you don't know what done looks like, you will never know when you arrive. What does done looks like to you? You won't know. You just keep doing things. You just keep trying different things, going different ways, doing different things. You get. So what does success mean to you? Success is very, very key. You know, personalizing it is very, very important. For some people, it's not money. I remember also having a conversation with a client today. You know, she was saying, Coach, you know, we're talking about some business. She said, if you do it this way, you might, you know, run into a little loss. And I was telling her that sometimes, you know, cash is the last Cash is money, yes, but it's not every time. Sometimes relationship is what you get from that partnership. Sometimes you get leverage. Sometimes you get credibility. Sometimes you get trust. All these things are money. Cash is, the last level of money. So I was telling her that sometimes if you lose money to gain relationship, to gain leverage, to gain credibility, to gain trust, you have made a lot of money. You have made intangible money. She was like, wow, I've never thought this way before. I said, this is the level you have to start thinking on now if you want your business to really, really scale. So break it down. What is success to you? What is the vision? Break it down into pieces. I have a 10-year goal as I am. I have 5-year goals. I have yearly goals. I have quarterly goals, and I have weekly goals. Excuse me. This helps, like I was telling someone recently that people don't understand why some people get results. They think it's just a walk in the park. No. You have to be intentional in your life. You have to. If Fine says I'm learning a lot today, great. I'm glad you are. You have to be intentional in your life. You cannot just let life take you, by chance. Then you will not complain. I keep saying this thing. People that when they enter a new year, they set goals. 1 billion, 200 million pounds. Then by November ending, I have not made anything. No. Then they start praying. The God of last minute, God of the 11th hour. I shake my head. 7 days too much. 1 day too much. 24 hours. You will be stressing God. I know you can't stress him, because I bet you'll just be laughing because you refuse to plan. You don't just write goals and dump them. No, I've shared with you guys. I read my goals every night before I sleep. That's how intentional I am. Every night. There are 25 in number. Do you know what that is? Every night. Why do I do that? So that it's not far from me. I see where we're going this year. I see what I'm about this year. Before you know it, ideas, even as I'm sleeping, ideas will start coming to me. In the morning, as I'm taking my power walk, I hope people are joining my, oh my God. I've just discovered this May, I started doing my work. I used to walk before. I used to do powerful exercises, but I got tired and relapsed. So now, since May 1st, I've started walking around my estate. It takes about 1 hour every morning. So I do, whenever I'm doing that walk, I do a 1-minute video on my Instagram story and I share one nugget. I call it Power Walk with Lara. Check my story every morning. You'll see I always say something, that will help your day. So I'm reading my goals, and during my walk, ideas are coming to me. I'm writing them down. When I wake up, ideas are coming to me. I'm writing them down. Why? Because my goals are in my front like this. They are in my, I don't forget them. So, you have to break it down. Have you broken down your goals? So I know that this is what we have to achieve this week. If we want to make so amount in a month, we have to achieve, booking so clients this week. We have to sell this kind amount of this week. You get in 2 weeks. So by the time it is the end of 1 week or second week and we're not hitting the target, I'll start saying, no, let's tweak it. What's going on? I'll start checking. What's going on? What are we doing wrongly? What can we do? That's how to make money. That's how to grow. That's how to be successful. But you just leave it. This month, you don't even make money. What happened? This life, Sha. Maybe it's because of the economy. Auntie. You are sitting on the wrong thing. You have to check. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, what's going on? We're not getting engagement. Let's run ads. Sometimes, the emails is not being okay. Let's do this. Sometimes that's how it's done. There's no way, if you continue like this, there's no way you will not achieve your goals. But if you just leave things to chance, Life will chance you. So list everything that must happen to make that outcome real. When you have written out the outcomes, which is the goal or the goals, what must happen to make the outcome real? I remember I started this year. We want to make so amount every month in my business, my coaching business. By the way, do you guys know I have a recruitment company? It's called LKI Talent Management. Patronize also. We're into recruitment and staffing. Yeah, we have different packages too. So you see the Cecilia say, yeah, wahala day. Where's the wahala? What happened to the wahala? Where's the wahala? So what must happen? So by the time I started this year, if we're going to be making so amount a month, then we need to be closing so amount every week. So if I want to be having 10 sessions, that was how I started. If I want to be making this money every month, we need to have 10 sessions every week, 10 strategy sessions. So what will happen for 10 strategy sessions to happen? I plan with my notes, my pen. I plan with it. What do we do? Okay, constant live videos, run ads, partnership with some people, talking about salient. Those are the things I'll just keep writing. That's how to hit your target. That's how to achieve your goal in life. But if you just leave it to chance, I don't know what happened this month. I'm attacking. It didn't make money, okay? List everything that must happen to make that outcome real, and then break those things into small steps, break the things into steps so that you can take it one day at a time. You can start, step by step, because some people feel overwhelmed. How do I make money to be able to pay my rent? It's small. It's by making small money or whatever and saving it somewhere or using it to do something. Some people don't even want to do anything because they are overwhelmed by the outcome. So they cannot even, they are just like, how will I make 1 billion? And then they just shut down. Don't let this be you. Break it down. No matter how much it is, no matter how big that dream is, break it down. If your dream is, I want to have a doctorate, I want to have a PhD, with which money in this town, in this country where I'm a foreigner, they don't give, a foreigner. What small course can you start with now? That's how to break it down. What can you start with now? If you want to get a doctorate in 5 years, what should you start doing now? I was doing a session with someone, I think last week, and I was telling her, she's like, coach, this country, I want to do this, but it's not happening. I'm like, have you looked into relocating to another country? She said, I'm so glad you mentioned it because I've been thinking about it. I'm like, if it's not happening for you in this country, because this thing must happen, the goal must happen. Sometimes you have to move location for the goal to happen. Yes, sometimes you have to leave that job. Sometimes you have to leave that country. Sometimes you have to leave that industry for that goal to be achieved. So I'm like, if this country is not going to give you this, have you ever thought of relocating to another country? I was like, wow, I'm so glad you're my coach. I've actually thought about it too. Bingo. So don't say, I cannot leave this country. I cannot leave this industry. I cannot leave this job. Where will I get another one? Then that means you don't have a burning desire for your goal. I cannot leave this house. So some people, you need to leave that house. You need to leave the street to another street. You need to leave the area completely. That's where some people get stuck. Okay, God of 11th hour. That's where some people get stuck. They cannot make a change. If you are too rigid in decision making, you are going to remain small. I can't leave this job. I've been doing it for 25 years. I can't, coach. You are going to remain small. I can't leave this job. I can't leave this, this shop. Coach, I know what my eyes saw. but you want to go to the next level. If you want to go to I love my 10x master class. It's one of the best. See, it's coming up in, I think, July. Make sure you sign up for it. I love teaching it because that's the goal. You want to 10x, then you need to kill 2x. Coach, I can't. So this is what brought me to where I am today. Yes, but it cannot take you to your next level. It can't. So if you want to, there's only one option. If you want to 10x, kill this, start doing this. That's how I got to where I am. There are things I used to do before. Some sessions I killed it. There's some programs I used to do. It made me a lot of money. Yes, but it has run its course. It has served its purpose. We're going next now. We're going higher now. So if you want to go there, you have to kill this. Some people cannot do it. If this is you, you are going to remain amongst the crowd for a long time. It's people like us that will be the 1% that will be ruling you, that you'll be in the 99%. I'm telling you, you know me, I'll tell you the truth. You have to be flexible. There's something called psychological flexibility. It means that you can shift. You can adjust. Barbara says, I love your lip combo. Oh, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate it. It means that you can shift, you can adjust, you can be flexible, you are malleable. Not like, no, this is it. We're telling you that, okay, this is it. Yes, this thing brought you to where you are. You know, I keep quoting that Leonardo DiCaprio, what do you call it now, quote, that the next level of your life requires a different you. That thing shifted my brain. It shifted me drastically. The next level of your life requires a different you. Meaning that what brought you here cannot take you there. So if you're not ambitious, this conversation is not for you. If you just want to continue where you are, I'm not your coach. If you just want to keep coasting, you just want to be whatever you have now, wherever you are now, there's more. You can still come up here. Why? Because of that mandate. Go and multiply. Have dominion. Fill the earth. I read that scripture this year and I wrote it down differently. If I must multiply, increase, and fill the earth and have dominion, what does it mean for me? I started writing it down. Then I should be in at least how many countries? 50, 60 countries. Then I should have so many powerhouses that I have raised. Not just so many, I wrote the number down. I should have certified so number of coaches and people, to replenish and have dominion too. Leaders. So wherever you think you are, whatever you think you have right now, there is more. Come up. You are still here. You are still in a supervisor, team lead, or mid-level management. There's somebody on this line now that one that my HR manager will understand. You are still in manager level and you are doing shoulder like this. Yeah, we have arrived to look at what we are getting. Meanwhile, there's senior level, there's executive, there's board directors, the CEO. You have not even gotten to C-suite. You are still we are doing well. So break those down into steps. So I wrote down an example here for you, and of course, your goal has to be SMART. Yes. So, and I'm sure you know SMART goals. I don't think I should go into that. I wrote an example here in my notes. For instance, a vision. You have a vision. The vision is become a paid speaker in 12 months. I want to become a paid speaker in 12 months. The breakdown should be like this. You identify your niche. What niche? You want to be a paid speaker. Which what would you be speaking about? identify the niche, build your signature talk. You guys know, before now, when I was talking about healing, I would say, oh, I had 14 heartbreaks, 15 abortions. That's my signature introduction. That is an attention grabber. Now I'm telling you about building intentionally. That's my signature talk. You need to have a signature talk. You get, if you want to be a speaker, then you have to practice weekly. Can you see how it is broken down? Some people don't have this breakdown. That's why you are stuck. That's why you keep doing different things. You know, you have to practice weekly. You have to attend networking events so that you'll be noticeable, so that people can see you, so that you can meet new people. That's how they get to know you. You have to build your personal brand on social media. You have to build it so that people can see you. They can see that you can talk. They can see what you're talking about. You have to, pitch to 20 events quarterly. Pitch to 20 events. Can you see how specific? Those are milestones before your goals. You have to reach some milestones for your goals to be achieved. You get what I mean? So this is very, 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 very important. Then the next one is that you have to create systems. I keep talking about systems. I'm so obsessed with systems right now. You have to create systems, repeatable systems. Stop doing things manually anymore. You can systemize a lot of things. Anything that is repeatable, you can systemize. You can systemize, for this kind of speaker now, content creation. Meaning that you can have schedule tools or apps. There's an app that we're using now that we're talking about in our office called Buffer. You can have an app to schedule your content so that it doesn't stress you. So you just, do everything at once and schedule it, for the day, and all of that. Then you can schedule client onboarding too. That's why some people have lead generation systems. Some people have webinar. The first thing you come across my webinar, if you want to learn more, you want to sign up with me, go to this place, click on this link, make also payment. That one will help you having talks, consistent, orishi talks that is not productive because your time is wasted. Those are the things that cause you to burn out. You get what I mean? So you need to have client onboarding, you need to have sales conversation. I talked about this yesterday, where even on Instagram, there are frequently asked questions. I did it myself. I put it there myself. How can I make an appointment? It will answer you automatically. What is your minimum rate? It will answer you automatically. What are you into? It will answer you automatically. So those kind of things you can system. So you don't have to be the one answering them all the time. So those questions, those 4 questions, when they click on it can sieve some people away already. You get what I'm saying? So sales conversations, you can systemize it. You can do that through emails. You can do that through broadcasts on WhatsApp. You can do that through channels now, WhatsApp channels, IG channels. So many ways to do so many things now. You can systemize it. Follow-up sequence, you can systemize these things. If somebody pays, for instance, if somebody is trying to pay, I can see it from the back end. Digital marketer can see it. You have an abandoned cart on Paystack or on Seller. We can see it already. There's an autoresponder email that will come to you straight. That, we see that you are trying to pay for something. Do you need more help? Do you need this? Do you need that? You get, so that these things, you don't need to be wasting time and energy and effort if it can be systemized. And there are things on your phone too that you can use in case you are not, you don't have different staff, for instance. You yourself, there are things you can do on your phone. There are invoices there are apps you can use to schedule invoice or to create invoice, to create receipts, all of those things. There are apps that are available now in today's century that can do some of these systems for you. So another thing you need to do if you've been running around in circles and you want to create workable strategy is that you need to align your mindset with your strategy. A lot of people are trying to build strategy, but they have a terrible mindset. This, can you imagine if I now say they should click on a link? What if the link is down? What if in this Nigeria? So you don't know. People that are very patient, people are impatient too. You think they, you say a customer service person or admin should be answering them in the DM. What if that one does not know how to close the deal? What if they go? You're not ready to grow. Your belief system is porous. It's terrible. I told somebody yesterday morning, I was during my walk, I ran into him. He's somebody I know from my former gym, and we were talking. So anytime we meet, he would always give me a rundown of what has been happening to him. And I remember telling him yesterday morning that you seem to be very disposed to negativity. Like, you are always thinking negative. The first thing when you're thinking of an idea or something to do, you always start with the negative. What if it doesn't work? What if you eat? And you're wondering why this thing has not happened. It's not going to happen. You're a negative person. You keep shooting it down negatively. You keep killing, the ideas. You keep killing your growth with negative mindsets. I don't think if this thing does not work, I think this will happen to me. I don't know if I'm like, he was like, oh really? I've never seen it that way. I say, you need to start seeing it that way. You need to. Hi, Sekinat. Welcome. You need to start seeing it that way. Some people are like that. You are predisposed to negatives a lot. That's your wiring. Then your life will not work. You will keep being stuck. You'll be running around in circles because strategy is not even the problem. Your belief system is the problem. You have a terrible belief system. You have a very, very terrible belief system. You get what I mean? And you keep self-sabotaging. You are self-sabotaging your life. You are sabotaging your business. You're sabotaging your career, your growth, your journey. This is the reason why a lot of people are still broke. It's here. Some people, I was telling somebody on Sunday on a session that, you have money trauma. What is money trauma? You have wrong money mindset. Because, coach, I don't know if I can charge you. What if, you need to heal that. You have money trauma. That's self-sabotage. The reason why you're not selling is not because people don't have money. It's because you are self-sabotaging yourself. You don't even see yourself as somebody that anybody can pay that amount of money. Then how are you going to sell? You're not going to sell. You are not going to attract such clients. If you keep thinking, this thing reminds me of the session I had today, because one of my clients, he was asking me, coach, if I want to sign up for Powerhouse Gold, how much? If I want to buy up for Powerhouse Platinum. Powerhouse Platinum is 30 million for a year. That's $20,000. He was like, Coach Lara. I said, yes, people are already, talking about it. You have to see yourself as somebody that can attract great clients, that can attract wealth, that can attract riches. You have to see yourself like that. That is the reason why you are still small. You cannot even negotiate. Even you get a new job, you go for interview, you cannot negotiate for your worth. You can't. I do a lot of interviews. We have a recruitment company, and then we'll ask them, what is your minimum take home? what is the company's budget? I'm like, well, it's not me, it's my HR manager that will ask me. I'll be waiting for, what is the company's budget? We have our own budget, but we'd like to know your own, because we always like, the person cannot say, because she's afraid or he's afraid, because I go and mention more money and then they chase me away. It's not better you mention. If they really want you, they'll negotiate with you. If you're really that good, it happens. I'm telling you, if you are an employee, and you're usually going for interviews, let me tell you now, there are staff that we know that this is beyond our budget, but this person is good. This person is good. We know. You tell them, say, Esther on YouTube says, Ma, please, what's the best way to answer that question? I got it a lot of times. You tell them, what is your own minimum? You tell them now, that's the best way. Some people say industry, industry rates. Then check the industry rates before you enter the interview. Check the industry rates before you enter that interview. You understand? Check how much the industry rate is, how much your range or qualification or role is collecting in the industry. Go with that. It's a sign of confidence. It's a sign that you value yourself. It's a sign that you are pricing yourself right. It's a sign that you know your worth. I'm not saying you should go out there because that's another one, and then now be saying 1 billion naira, but your knowledge is 50,000 naira. That's not what I'm saying, because some people are like that. They have superiority complex. So those are not the people I'm talking about. Superiority complex is also inferiority complex. It's just in another way. So align your mindset with a strategy. Real Nelson A01 says, we built ourselves so high that we confidently answered the question. Who are the we that will confidently answer that question? Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about yourself, right? Build yourself so that you can answer that question, confidently. Strategy without belief is self-sabotage. I've seen people like that. Nice strategy, great belief, great systems, but their belief is small. They see themselves small. I know someone that has been charging one price I know the person very well, for about 7 years, and I'm like, inflation has even happened. And I know the person that the reason why she's not increasing her price, because it's ridiculously low for the value she's giving. And we've had the conversation before, that the reason is because, what if it's not really some people believe that. Some people will tell me, Coach, what I'm selling is not really food though. It's food and that people really rush to buy like that, or clothes. I'm like, what a small mindset. It's not true. If whatever you are selling or offering is transformational, people will borrow money to pay you. I'm not joking. People will find money to pay you. That's why I keep saying, when people want to say, I want to start doing this now, they come to me. I'm like, don't say because this is your talent, you want to start monetizing it. Is it scalable? Is it unique? Is it transformational? Those 3 reasons, if you cannot answer them, you won't sell. If you like, be the best. Is it unique? Is it different from a lot of people's own? Like, glaringly different, because that's what people will pay for. Is it scalable? Like, can I make a lot of money in this business? Can I, have different sources of income in this business? Can I grow it? Can I start having staff? Can I do different expressions in this business? That's scalability. Then is it transformational? If your services are transformational, you will not lack clients. Trust me. If you lack clients, whatever you are offering is not transformational. It's not transformational. It's not as if, sometimes it's because that's why you need to keep doing a check-in. You need to keep checking in. Sometimes it's not a bad product, but it's not like all that. People will not pay. People will not buy if it's not all that. I was telling one of my clients recently, she's a coach, and she's like, Coach, they're not buying, I'm doing this, and I have to break it down for her. What are you saying? What's your offer? Your offer is not clear. Your offer is not measurable. I want to help you what? What's the yardstick for measurement? That is what people will pay for. It's not measurable. I should be able to measure that if I give you 5 million, this is what I'm getting in return. Like, not measure vaguely. There should be a yardstick. Even if you're a marriage coach, what am I getting in return if I pay you 5 million naira? I'm getting joy in my marriage. I'm getting love. That's measurable. I'm getting togetherness. I'm getting affection. I'm getting healing for our marriage. People will pay you. But if it's not measurable, it's not transformational, you will keep talking from today, which is why, I'm going to do a program one day on offers. And I love it a lot. How to create offers and market to people. Because a lot of people cannot communicate their offers properly. Their two belief here is disturbing them. I don't want to keep measuring. So, coach, I don't want to keep measuring money. You will be as if all I'm after is money. What are you after? Say it with your chest. I say it with my full chest. I'm doing this because I want to make impact, number one. Number two, I want to make mad money. I want to be a billionaire in dollars. That's why I'm doing this. So, why are you shy about that? And I'm going to give you value. Exceptional value that will make you pay me, a lot of money. That's value. So if you're already afraid of saying that, of showing up that way, you need to come for therapy. You need to come and do therapy. Because you have trauma. You have money trauma. You need to heal that part. You understand? So, you need to reprogram your subconscious so that, and we're going to start promoting the School of the Mind. Attend the School of the Mind. It will blow your mind. That's the best word. It will blow your mind. It will transform your life. Because the School of the Mind is about reprogramming your subconscious mind. I think tomorrow it should go live. Early bird price and all of discount offer, everything will be made known tomorrow. So the School of the Mind will transform your life. It will reprogram your subconscious mind, because if a lot of us, the mindset that we grew up with is the reason why we're not making money. Your mindset is sabotaging your money. It's sabotaging your ability to get wealth. It's sabotaging your riches. That's why you are not earning a lot. That's why, people can shove you to the side. Because you don't know your worth. You don't show your worth. You don't show people your worth. You don't communicate your worth. I saw a short video, I think it's this morning. Somebody said, some people are at work, they'll say, my boss is supposed to know where I'm good at. And the person says, it's not your boss's business. You are supposed to show that this is your unique ability. You're supposed to be the one to show up that way. You're supposed to be the one to show, in your work. Your boss is not the one that should be trying to use her head or his head to be figuring, what is this one good at like this? If I said, please, why are you not reposting live session? I don't repost anymore. That means you've not joined my live session in a while. I don't save live sessions anymore on Instagram. It is only saved on YouTube. If you want to watch my live session after, you go to my YouTube, Dear Coach Lara, to watch it over there. I don't save them anymore on Instagram. All right, so this night's live session will automatically be saved on YouTube, no longer on Instagram. So reprogram your subconscious mind if you want success, if you want to stop running around in cycles, and you need to have daily affirmations. Daily affirmations help. Affirmations that you recite with consciousness, affirmations that you recite with, daily affirmations. Make sure you recite affirmations every morning. If you're struggling with self-esteem, identity, all of those things, daily affirmations are very, very important for you. It will help you visualize the outcome. I'm sure by now, if you have been following me, you'll be tired of hearing this. I don't know how people live without visualization. This is how I win. I visualize my classes before I have them. I visualize my bank account. I visualize my sessions before I have them. Because you are creating. That's how to create your desired life. You create first subconsciously before physically. You know, for Christians, spiritual people, we say it's first created spiritually before physically. It's the same. You create something first subconsciously before physical, then you will attract it that way. That's how to hit your goals fast. That's how to smash your goals faster. You visualize. I cannot sleep at night without visualizing every day. I visualize every night, first thing when I wake up in the morning. That's the best time, because you are still in what we call theta stage at that point in time. Your subconscious is very powerful at that time. Last thing at night and first thing in the morning. So don't just jump up and go and be pressing phone. What's up? Hey, Instagram. Somebody have died. Don't do that. Don't do that. Then have quiet time. See, this is one of the best things that has happened to me in the last 2 years. I've shared it a lot of times. My 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. is the best time. Sometimes I shift it from 5 to 6. You understand? It's the best time ever for me, because that time there's absolute quiet. I'm still in my theta state. I'm listening for solutions. My subconscious is downloading solutions to me. You know, sometimes when I sleep at night, I sleep with a question. That's how to get. I'm giving you the subconscious way of getting solutions. If you are stuck, you don't know what to do, sleep like, how am I supposed to? You don't need to say it out loud. Ask your subconscious. When you wake up, a lot of times, the answer will wake up with you. Or probably when you are just doing something else that you're not even thinking about it, the answer will come to you. You know, so you program your subconscious mind, visualize, have clarity sessions, book a strategy session with me. I will help you. I'm telling you. There are lots of everybody that has paid for my classes always tell me, you know. In fact, the session I had today, the guy is like, coach, let me go and look for this money. Any session, it's a promise that you have with me. You will not regret it. It's going to transform you. Transformation is very important. You get what I mean? So, and I told you guys before, do weekly check-ins. Sometimes you can even do evening check-ins. What worked today? What did not work? What did I do wrong today? What can I improve on? Instead of just going with the flow. Do a check-in with yourself, you know. Yes, commit and stay consistent. You see this one? I have people I know like this that it hurts my soul, because they are mentally lazy. So, you know, some people are mentally lazy, physically lazy, and then they'll be complaining things are not working because they cannot be consistent. Coach, I can't be consistent. So I don't even know why. You know why? It's because you are lazy mentally. Discipline. You have to see. Some people don't need motivation. They don't need inspiration. What you need is discipline. A lot of people don't know how to be disciplined. Well, if I wake up to work out today, tomorrow I will not wake up again. You are not ready to be great. I keep saying it all the time. You are not ready to be great. You are not ready to go far in life. You are going to be small. It's too sure. You are going to serve people that are ready to be disciplined. People, what's happening to my live video? YouTube, can you guys still hear me? My Instagram is frozen. I wonder why. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Wow. Okay, all is well on YouTube. Then is Instagram. Instagram is frozen. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let me start again. Thank God that I'm not even saving anymore on Instagram. Sorry guys on YouTube. Let me try and I think Aisha is, I don't know if it's my Instagram or it's all Instagram. Yeah. So some people are not disciplined in life. Some people are not disciplined. It is so sad to see. Some people are not disciplined. If this is you, whew, you will not do well a lot in life. Trust me. You need to learn how to be disciplined. If you are not a disciplined person, you will not go far. You will struggle. If you are not a disciplined person, you will struggle because there are consequences for lack of discipline. I've been there before. I used to be a non-disciplined person. I used to be, I cannot keep myself. Life goes on. At all, not bad. And now that I'm very, very disciplined, I can see the difference. You have to be disciplined. You have to stay consistent. If you want to win in life, you have to stay consistent. You will not always feel like it. This is my story. You will not always feel like it. But systems don't rely on emotions. Strategies don't rely on emotions. You will not always feel like it, but it is important that you stay the course, that you commit to it, that you are consistent with it. Very, very important. Very, very important. I remember when I started walking again this month, May 1st. Oh God. It was a tug of war. It was a tug of war because I was like, oh, I'm tired. Like my leg, I'm not even joking with you guys. See, my leg will be lucky. I have to wait. I have to hold something. I'm not joking. My leg locks. I didn't know that was possible. It shows how unfit I have been for a long time. And I didn't know. Tokwe says, I thought I was too hard. No, it's discipline. Well, don't be too hard, shall. But discipline and commitment is important. You understand? Like, my leg will lock. Tokwe, see you. Can you imagine? I'm talking about walking, and my former walking partner joined my life. I was just remembering you this morning, Tokwe. I was like, how we used to walk together in the morning then, But now I don't have any walking partner. Nobody is interested in my house. My son, my son, I cannot even take it. That one will complain. My husband is not interested. So it's only me now. I told myself, because I used to say, if I had a partner, I would have been walking. When Tokwe was around, we used to walk together. It was easier for me to lose weight. It was easier for me to be fit. Then one day I told myself, so you will not be fit because somebody is not around, Abby? You are not ready. My friend, carry yourself. I dragged myself. There were days that I would wake up in the morning. I would drag sometimes 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm still thinking, is this really necessary? Like, who sent me? But then I will push myself and go. And now, today, I was so excited because today, I've been able to walk around under 45 minutes. Before, it used to take me 1 hour 20 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes. Now, because I'm so used to it, my body is used to it now. I don't even remember. I get to the end, I'm like, wow, I've gotten to the end. Instagram, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what happened. The life just went off, But thank God there's going to be, the replay will be on YouTube, so you can watch the replay later. Now under 45, I would even like, well, I'm back home. Hey, that is what happens when you discipline yourself. But some people they can't get there. Like, coach, I can't to those first 3 days, those first 4 days, those first 1 week. You have to be committed. You will not feel like it. But system does not rely on emotion. Sometimes you have to, you walk, you get up, and then your emotions will follow. I tell people, when people say my leg, my hand, your mind listens to your mind. No, your body listens to your mind. Your body follows your mind. You can tell your body what you want it to do. I'm telling you the truth. You drag yourself. Before you know it, you become a pro. Everybody that is a pro at anything today, they started hard, started disjointed. But if you keep, I don't care, you're an I don't care person, you throw caution to the wind, you're like, I beg, you will not go far. So you have to be Consistent. Stop looking for motivation every time. I want to be motivated. I want somebody to motivate me. Yeah, motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Motivation is somebody say you need motivation every 24 hours. Motivate yourself. It's very, very key. So you won't always feel like it, but systems don't rely on emotions. That's my own story. I used to be one of the laziest person. I used to be one of the I don't care kind of person. I really do. In the past, I am a very playful person, very fun person. If you leave me, I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to be a baby girl. But the day I told myself I want to grow, I want to make impact, I want to make a mark in this world, I want to be a billionaire, that day my life changed. My decisions changed. Discipline became my food. Discipline. If you want to grow in life, you need to stay committed. You need to stay consistent. If you cannot stay consistent at anything, you cannot go far. Ordinary skincare, because some people are telling me yesterday, coach, your face is glowing. I'm like, if they know how consistent I have been with this skincare, hey, I will be tired. I must do my skincare at night. I must do, I think, 4 or 5 steps every night. It's discipline. You don't feel like it, but you do it anyway. That is how people get rich. That is how people become people of influence. That is how you raise leaders. Discipline, not motivation. So build a rhythm, not a rush. Build a rhythm. You need to have a pattern, a style. Me, I like to have routines. Like this is my work now. I have a time. This is my waking up, to meditate, to have a devotion with myself. I have a time for it. You understand? And you can also start small. You can start with 30 minutes. This is my work. I started with 20 minutes of the first day I started like this. After 2 turns, I turned back like I beg, my leg wants to break, and then I started increasing it small. You understand? So start with a pattern. Don't rush. Don't say I want to do 6-story building in a day. You will crash. Start small, but build a rhythm. Don't create a rush. Avoid the burnt out cycle by pacing your strategy. Don't overdo. Don't do too many things at once. Don't do that. Even if you want to sell a product, sell one per time. Introduce one per time. You can introduce later. Introduce one per time. That's how to do it. You get set appointments with your goals, build a rhythm. Sustainability is a strategy. This is something I have learned a lot. Sustainability, you need to learn how to sustain. Before, I like to do like 16 things in a year. I realized that you can't build this way, you can't grow. You have to change. You have to learn how to do one thing, repeat. It's boring. But business is boring. Business growth is boring. Building a business is boring. But it is rewarding. Building a business is boring. I'm telling you. So if you are looking for, this thing is boring, I'm looking for excitement, you are not going to build anything. You need to learn how to stay with the boring. You learn how to stay with it. You rinse and repeat. That's what has helped my life, my business, till today. That's what has helped me. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. So don't just think about it. Some people can think for Africa. You have a question. What's the question? Some people can think for Africa. They can think. Some people are innovators, but they are not executors. If this is you, go and look for executors. But you need to even look for an executor, you have to get up. You have to get up first. You have to act. Stop thinking only. Act. Start acting now. So build a strategy today, a 3-step strategy. I'll start this way, I'll start that way, I'll do this first, I'll do this. Sometimes it can be a 2-step strategy. I'll just wake up early and pray. That can be your, what you start with. I'll wake up early and meditate. That can be your strategy. You get what I'm trying to say? I'll read 1 chapter of book per day. That can be something you start with. I listen to 1 video per day. That's a strategy to start with. You get what I mean? So I want to give you guys a 7-day action guide or action plan. if you want to change, you don't stop running around in circles. You want to build a workable strategy in 7 days. Number one, write a clear vision statement. What is your vision statement? Write it down. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you are a perfectionist, you will stress yourself. You will become anxious. Write it down. Let it be rough. It's okay. Just write it down. To become this one, to help these people, to have 10 billion, to whatever it is to you, write it down. Write down your, day one, write a clear vision statement. Day two, break it into 3 goals. Break that vision statement into 3 goals. You get, I'm giving you 7-day action plan. Day one, write a clear vision statement. Day two, break it into 3 goals. Day 3, build a system for 1 goal. Build a system for 1 goal. Stafumi is here. Build a system for 1 goal. Build one system for 1 goal. So if you have 3 goals, you have 10 goals, build a system for 1 goal. Okay, so let's say your goal is, I want to, in the next 90 days, I set goals for 90 days now. So in the next 90 days, I want to achieve this. Build a system around it. You understand? If I want to achieve this, I need to have weekly. I've given you, let's say in 90 days, let me use myself. In 90 days, I want to have 50 clients. In 90 days. I'll start telling myself, okay, so for that to happen, it means that I need to have at least 5 clients every week. So what do I need to do to have 5 clients every week? So what's the system? Start doing more live videos, do partnerships, run ads. What else do we do now? Do a lead generation, a sales funnel. You get, that is a strategy or system. That's a system for 1 goal. I have built a system for 1 goal to achieve that goal. So that's day 4. Day 4 rather. I've forgotten. I've lost track of the day now. The next step is declutter distractions. Declutter. If you watch movie every day, if you know it's a problem, remove it. If you make phone call, like 10 phone calls every day, reduce it to 2. If you are always on Instagram, in fact, I remember somebody told me last week that she watched she watched the replay of 10x is easier than 2x. She was not in a class. She just bought the replay and watched it. And you know what? She said, I deleted my Instagram straight. I was like, what? I was laughing. She said, yes, I deleted it for 1 month because one of the things, I realized that that's my distraction in building my brand. I was like, wow. She said she has deleted it for 1 month. Declutter your distraction. Take whatever is distracting you away. And sometimes what is distracting you is a good thing, but it's not meant for that season. It's not going to help this goal. It's a good thing, or it's not a bad thing, but it's not going to help this goal. Remove it for now. Postpone it. Declutter your distraction. Then the next step, execute 1 key action. Take 1 step. Track and reflect. That's the next one. Track and reflect. And then the last one is celebrate and reconnect. So any question? Somebody said they have a question before I call it a night. Today I've done 2 hours straight. Somebody said number 2 and 3. Number 1, write a vision, a clear vision statement. Number 2, break it into 3 goals. Number 3, build a system for 1 goal. Number 4, declutter distractions. Number 5, execute 1 key action. Number 6, track and reflect. Number 7, celebrate it, then recommit. Rather, I said reconnect before, sorry. Recommit. You understand? Celebrate it and recommit. I hope you've gotten that now, number 1 and 2. So somebody said, is it advisable to use my whole salary to build an online brand, to build my online brand? You see, that question is, I need to ask you more questions, and we don't have time for that tonight. Why Okay, so Jemima got it now. Mana said thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, buy my book, Becoming a Powerhouse. Buy my book, pre-order it. It's coming out on June 2nd. It's 20,000 naira now, or $15. From June 2nd, it goes to 30,000 naira, or $20. You understand? So as per that question, you can use your salary to build your brand if you are sure that what you are building will result. I remember P Square, they are broken up now. As usual, they are broken up like 15 times. I remember they said they sold their car to be able to promote their music, and look at where they are today. Sometimes you have to do something drastic, you get, if you really believe in your dream. I've shared it earlier. Some people borrow to even sign up for my sessions. Some people max out a lot of cards to sign up for my sessions. You understand? Not just my own, to do programs and courses that will help them. Why? Because they believe so much in it and they know what they are doing. All right. So you can also book a strategy session with me. Click the link in the bio to know how to work with me. Send a DM. We would always get an answer. DM is the fastest way to reach me, on Instagram. Not me, my admin will respond to you. That's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But you can book a strategy session. Click the link. We have the seller link. We have the paystack link on my website. You can just go to my website and book that link. Sign up for a strategy session, Powerhouse Gold, Powerhouse Platinum, the Mastermind, and I'll see you. Guys, I come on live every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time on Instagram and YouTube. But right now, I've been doing live tours for my book, my new book, Becoming a Powerhouse. So if you are following me, you've been following me every Thursday, you always comment on my video, you are in my community, but you have not bought my book. I'm side-eyeing you, all right? So thank you, everybody, for joining me. See you next week, Thursday, or next time you see me on live. Have a lovely, lovely day where you are. If you are still in day, if it's a night, have a lovely night. If it's in the morning, have a lovely morning. Good night, everybody, from here. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.